What's up guys, this is Danny Matrango with Mind Pump TV. Today I'm super excited to share with you some of my favorite tips and tricks that I picked up along the way in my years of training. Stuff that's really helped me and helped my clients see success and progression inside and outside the gym. Let's get into it. I want to talk to you guys about the function of your core, right? Not the aesthetic. Your abs are for a hell of a lot more than just looking good. And something that gets missed a lot in ab training is utilizing and incorporating the fundamental patterns, what your abs actually do. Everybody gets caught up in, again, stuff that trains the rectus abdominis, because that's what you can really see, right? They get caught in the forward flexion and extension stuff, the crunches, things like that. And while those things make your abs look great, it's far from a complete ab routine. And if you really want to train your entire core, you need to be thinking about your rectus abdominis, your obliques, your transverse abdominis, your glutes, the lower portion of your lats where they insert into your lower back. All this stuff plays a vital role in the maintenance of your core, your athletic potential, your back health, all of it. And it can really all be summed up succinctly in the primary functions of the core, which I'm going to get into right now. The core has a few main functions. Like I mentioned before, flexion and extension. That would be things like crunches, flexion, right? And extension, back extensions. And that would be what we would call sagittal plane, flexion and extension. You also have frontal plane or lateral flexion and extension, okay? And then we also have a rotational component. So those are three functions, right? Flexion, extension this way, flexion, extension this way, rotation this way. But you also have to utilize your core to resist all of those functions. So you have the additional function of anti-flexion extension in this plane, anti-flexion extension in this plane, and anti-rotation. And all of those things, all of those capabilities are what gives your core resilience, strength, and power. And you should be doing all of them. So for example, if you wanted to train flexion and extension, maybe you do sit-ups and back extensions, right? If you want to train anti-flexion and extension, we're talking things like deadlifts, where we're resisting that forward flexion, front squats, where we're resisting forward flexion. If you want to train rotation, right, wood chops are great. Med ball tosses are great. If you want to train anti-rotation, movements like a Pallof press are fantastic. For lateral flexion and extension, right, a lot of the oblique work you would do on the ground is a common lateral flexion and extension exercise. And anti-lateral flexion extension, things like farmer carries, where we're trying to resist tipping over. Those movement patterns are things you need to deploy regularly if you really want a core that does what it's supposed to do, not just a core that looks great. And I think that that's something that so many trainees miss, because you might start out training because you want a six-pack and you want to develop your abs from an aesthetic standpoint, but it's critical for the maintenance and longevity of your training career that your core does what it's supposed to do, that it can maintain structurally what it needs to maintain so you can train longer without getting hurt. And again, in the long run, in the big scope, big picture, it's super, super critical that your body can do all the stuff that it's supposed to do. So guys, we tried something new today with a more explanatory, educational-based video. And I think that this is something that is missing in the fitness space. And we really want to help you guys not just learn how to perform exercises properly, but also learn why they're important, what those muscles do, what terms like internal and external rotation mean, what the difference between mobility and flexibility are, all these different things that get thrown around that kind of convolute the space. But at the same time, we don't want to be a place where we're just trying to flex knowledge that doesn't get comprehended. So we want feedback from you guys. So if you found something like this helpful, if it was digestible and you want more videos explaining these different concepts and all the different stuff in the broad space that is fitness, for sure leave us a comment. Let us know what you liked, where you want us to go on the next one. And again, if you have any questions, make sure you drop them down there too. Nothing's a stupid question. We like to get to as many as we can, so please do us a favor, like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, engage with us. Have a good day.